Improvisation for life. Improvisation for life. Anoo Tree Road.
Has anyone here ever made a mistake? One person in the back. Thank you. Thank you. Would anyone here like to learn to be more confident? Sure. Okay, you're nodding. I was expecting hands. All right. Yay, thank you. Would anyone like to learn to get out of your own head? Yay, hands. Excellent. Today I'm going to talk to you about improvisational theater. I'm a professional improviser, and I've taught hundreds and hundreds of students improv, the art of making things up. I'm going to share with you 3 of the most powerful tenets of improvisational theater and how they've helped me to change my own life. And I hope that you'll take them with you today and use them in your own life as well. Before I do that, I'd like to share with you something that may not be obvious as you look at me up here on stage. For much of my life, I've struggled with social anxiety. In my early 20s, my social anxiety was so debilitating that I can remember standing in line to do something as simple as cashing a check at the bank, and my heart would be pounding out of my chest. I was terrified knowing that I would have a 60-second interaction with the woman behind the desk. I remember sitting by a river in the little town in Northern California that I was living in, having the thought that I was living in a prison. And at that time, I seriously believed that this was my life sentence. Now I'm going to share with you the 3 tenets that have helped me change my life. Tenet number 1, the art of commitment. When you're on stage, you have to be 100% committed. I tell my students, I don't care if you doubt yourself, I don't care if you're criticizing yourself, but when you're on stage, you have a gift to give your audience. So it doesn't matter if your heart's beating out of your chest or your knees are shaking, which mine are right now, you have to be committed. I learned a lesson in commitment early on in my improv career. We were doing something called long-form improvisation, which is like an improvised play. I came out on stage, I was a young improviser, and I made this big character choice. I became Alma. I smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. I was about 78 years old, and I loved to bowl. And the audience, unlike you, was silent. They were staring at me, and I was freaking out. I thought, I have to pull back, I have to make myself smaller, I've gone too far. But I knew as an improviser that once I had made that choice, I had to be that person. So for the next hour, I was Alma. And I was Alma, 100%. And guess what? The audience loved Alma. I got compliments about that character for probably 3 years after that. And it was a lesson I took into my heart to this day. The art of committing fully. Tenet number 2. The art of getting out of our own head. When I was in the throes of social anxiety, I was stuck in my head. I was thinking about doing the wrong thing, saying the wrong thing. I was scared of being judged and being laughed at, so I shut down. I learned one thing, and I now teach my students, one thing that can instantly take us out of our head and bring us into the moment. Would you like to know what that is?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes! Some of you would. I will tell those of you who said yes. Listening. The moment I started listening to my scene partner, I moved into a place of co-creation with them. I didn't have to try not to think negatively. I didn't have to let go of my self-doubts. Listening itself brought me into the present moment. As you can see, you can practice listening no matter where you are, whether you're at home with your kids at dinner, or at work, or even if you're alone, taking a walk in the woods, you can listen to the birds and the wind, and it'll bring you into the present moment. Getting out of your own head. Tenet number 3. Now this may be my personal favorite. We're all going to make mistakes in life, right? We're human. That's what happens. So I tell my students, when you go out on stage, if you're going to fail big! I mean, go for it. Go down in a fiery mess of flames. Be the best failure that you could ever be. I bet you've never heard that in an inspirational speech before. Be a great failure. In improv, we learn to take our mistakes, bring them into the light, and use that energy and surf them, rather than being wiped out by them. I think you can see how these 3 tenets can be used wherever you are in your life. The art of committing fully. Say what you want to say. Be yourself. We want to know who you are. Commit. The art of getting out of your own head. Listen to the people that are around you. Move your attention from in here to out there. And please let go of the quest for perfection. Make lots of mistakes. Take lots of risks. And make me proud. Go out